Hi, it's Tree from Tree Essentials, and I look forward to working with you today to speak about multiple pieces that encompass your hair growth journey. I am coming from a health educator space, a natural hairstylist space, and lastly, faith-based space. So for today, I wanted to dive in and chime back in on those dimensions of wellness, as dimensions of wellness are really key contributing factors that contribute to your overall holistic lifestyle. So it is something where one piece may be balanced. Hopefully all of them are in a balance, and if they're not, one may or may be lacking. Again, those are my dogs in the background, so disregard them. Nice tingling bell sounds. But yes, your wellness is a key component to your hair growth, as if you're lacking in one space, it starts bringing different blockages into other pieces possibly. And your hair, again, is a accessory piece. So that's like one of the last things in your body that is looking to grow to its utmost balance. So with that being said, there are different dimensions. I'm going to talk about 8 today, because not 8, 9, and 12, because it literally depends on where you're coming from and who you're speaking to. But I want to back up some. I am a natural hairstylist, so we are able to encompass mind, body, and spirit into our services, and that is what I am going to instill into you for today. So your 9 are the cultural, emotional, financial, intellectual, the physical, professional, sexual, and your social. So, woo, that is a lot. Yes, we want to be out here grinding to the best of our abilities, get all that money, as we do deserve that. But note, money is a currency. So you are honestly needing to make sure you find balance in your social pieces in life. You also need to make sure you're finding balance in your intellectual and your professional. So keep doing developmental skills to increase yourself and your finances, so you can then reduce your amount of time of having to work, and then you can put more of that time into your emotional and your social pieces. That is always the best part of living, is being able to embrace the ones that you love and all of that good stuff. And when you're not able to do that, it kind of makes it hard for you to enjoy the process of growing your hair out and living your best life, because you're probably worrying a lot. So it's really nice to find different tips and tricks to bring growth in your habits. So time management can be key. Finding fun local things to do on a budget, that's always amazing. That's my favorite thing to do. Different things can be a piece and portion to your wellness journey. Now let's dive into those 12. Now the 12, it goes further into just your extra senses. So self-responsibility and love is really important, but when you are not in a responsible place and space, you may not need to be partaking in that portion. You should be worrying and focusing on you and how to become your better self, because when you're becoming your better self, then you can elevate and meet the aligned love that you are looking for to have in your life. It's always amazing. Yes, you can grow with your partner. I'm not saying that. And if y'all all both are in a growing space, but if you are finding yourself in lacking environments, that is really going to stress you out. And like I said before, stress is a wellness factor that can kind of cause major disruptions and illnesses that are really uncalled for, to be honest. So make sure you are being responsible and seeing the key factors that you need for yourself in your life. And then breathing. So I personally don't want to talk about my breath work space and place, but try to incorporate breath work into your modalities of living your best life. There are definite videos on YouTube, and I am going to be able to work with you all shortly in the breath working arrangement, because that is really important. Should not be having shallow breaths. Your breath should just take deep breaths. When you maybe see yourself about to get irritated and spaz, take you a 10-second deep breather to reset. Like, your breath is everything. If you lose your breath, you can't live, you can't breathe, you're gonna die. So literally practicing how to keep out your breathing is a really important piece and portion into your hair growth journey. Gets the most optimal amount of oxygen and other pieces that your body really needs to get all that blood flowing up to your follicles, which is a very necessary piece and process to your hair growth journey, as your blood follicles are the things that grow your hair out. So it's really important. And your breathing again goes to your brain too, where your hair is by your brain. Your senses are really important, and yes, I'm talking about all of them. Like, being aware of your senses, it's a really important piece in your process, like touch, feel, sight, sound, all of the senses, including the ones that you're learning and being aware of for yourself. Your eating habits are a big component in your wellness journey, which again, your hair is a wellness journey. So make sure you're getting those whole foods into your body. It's really important. And a really important part is making sure you're moving too. So I know a lot of people sit at work. You may be working from home, but if you can't, it's still going outside, take a walk. If you're in a setting that is not really as safe to be walking all the time, get you some inside things to do. Like if y'all have steps in your apartment building or your house that you can go up and down, or if you can literally just go around the building, or if you can go outside, get some fresh air, like I said, the breathing part. But moving, you can do jumping jacks, push-ups, sit in on the wall. Like, you can use your house to move around. Or you can go walk, like I said again. That is really a good piece. I keep bringing up walking because walking clears your mind out. It helps you get all that clutter, the brain dump. If you're having a lot of thoughts going on in your head, you can walk around to get some clarity. It really does help, and it helps reset you to having a more wellness focus in your mindset, which literally projects into your body area. YouTube University, and you need to get uplifting, positive, and mentorship guidance on your thinking and your feeling journeys. As again, if you cannot afford therapists, I understand. If you cannot afford assistance, I understand. And sometimes therapists are not the only thing that you need. You need assistance in more niched areas that you're trying to let go. You may be trying to let go of a trauma, a grief, a death. Maybe you're transitioning into new ways. You're with a new mom, or you're transitioning to new jobs, or there's people that are talking about everything. Like, just get on YouTube and look it up, and there's an answer, or at least somewhere you can start, because everybody is not with for you. Everything is not going to float your boat, and that is perfectly fine. Playing and working, so balance. There has to be a balance. There are 7 days out of the week. there is a day of rest that you are supposed to have, make sure you find balance, not just that one day that is supposed to be your free time. Make sure you are instilling some happy time in every part of your day. Let's say you are working and then you gotta go to work after work. You may have a break time in between, or maybe you're driving in between. Listen to your favorite audiobook, listen to your favorite songs to uplift you. Journal, go ahead and color. Like, yes, get you a coloring book. I want you to engage on your favorite hobbies. Like, I like to crochet, and I had to take a pause break on it. I now can keep crocheting again. But yeah, like, find your favorite things to do or try new things. Like, that's always the best thing too. It helps your brain get stimulated and it helps get your happy up if there's a part that is not happy. And communicating is key. Your wellness does determine on your communication skills, and I'm learning, so I know it is a piece and portion that you can definitely get into better. But we are not born in isolation. Like, you were literally born out of your mother's womb, which means you were formed and created in your mother's womb, which means you were never ever technically always alone. Like, you always had somebody. Even if your mom didn't keep you or adopt, what I'm trying to say is there's somebody who helped her. You were put in a place with other people, and if you're feeling isolated in your communication skills, find a way to get those better. I don't care, like, let's say you don't speak as much. Like, find your group that doesn't speak as much. There's a website, meetup.com. Make sure you're meeting up with nice spaces, but they have clubs. Get on Eventbrite and go meet and communicate and get out of your comfort zone. Those are really the ways to instill higher wellness, because you are, again, a translating thing and machine with your hair care. Your hair translates from it, meaning your hair grows from protein. Protein is originally RNA, and RNA is translated from DNA. So you're always translating new things. So if you stay in the same routines, you're not growing your wellness per se. Like, you're always meant to grow more, and that's the fun part of living. Because I notice when I start getting bored and stagnant, that's when I'm like, yeah, and then my hair starts yeah. Or maybe it's the environment sometimes. Maybe it's not you. Maybe that environment's not servicing what you're needing, and that's okay. That doesn't mean you hate it, but that means you're outgrowing. That means you need more, and you are elevating to a new space, and you are worthy of finding new ways to reflect that in your communication, in your intimacy. Your intimacy has different forms. Intimacy you can have with your partner, of course, but you can also have intimacy with the loved ones that you were blessed with, meaning taking time out to appreciate and have gratitude for the things that are there for you already. That is a big part of intimacy, and I love that for us, because you can show that to yourself, you can show that to the ones you love. In return, it's gonna keep getting exuded back to you, and it just makes your hair grow longer. I'm just saying. So finding meaning is a big key portion, because you have purpose, you have meaning, something to look forward to waking up, and sometimes we don't know what that is. Finding meaning and purpose in your days are a real thing that a lot of people are figuring out and understanding that, hey, maybe I do need to find a purpose or meaning, and that is okay. Like, to be in that space. First off, that's again a behavior cycle piece, and you are contemplating new change for yourself. So I applaud you, because there are a lot of people who do not try to find purpose, so they stay in the things that they don't like, and they don't deserve that, and it sometimes can spill out into negative thought patterns, like we talked about at the beginning, or it can go into eating different ways that you don't love per se, doesn't give you life. It can start spilling out. Like I said, if you're missing different pieces of your wellness balance, it's okay. You can learn how to fill and know everything is not going to be filled up the exact same amount. Like, we're a human being. Like, you may be better in one part than the other, but it's always important to uplift into another piece and portion. And so with that being said, I wanted to bring the faith portion in for the hair growth wellness journey, because that is really key to what I see in achieving hair growth. Faith is everything. So I have been in situations where my hair is falling out. I've been in situations where I'm around environments where I'm not per se considered worthy enough and things. And there may have been times, well, not maybe, having to take medications that were a lot on my body, but not drinking enough water. Not per se, I tend to drink a lot of water, but there are certain points where now I've been drinking a lot of water for some years now, but there's points of drinking more so soda and juices that were not like whole juices or fruits, and it kind of showed in my hair growth. I wanted things to be quick, and I wanted to look cute in certain points and pieces, and so I wanted to bring scripture, and I may reply back with certain pieces that I've seen, experienced, or remember, and I want you to go with me on this flow. I'm going to touch in on certain ones, but I wanted to basically come from a space and place and say everybody is not looking to have the same results in their hair wellness journey. The one thing that everyone wants is vitality, transformation, restoration, and beauty, and I hope fulfillment in their lives, honestly, because again, your hair is a wellness journey, and so when you are fulfilling and meeting those needs, there's nothing but results of growth. So first and foremost, I'm gonna go to my writings that I wrote down. I have scriptures that I'm pulling from, and I am basically talking about different parts of wellness and keeping up with your hair growth journey. So just go along with me. So in 2 Samuel 14:26, it states, and I'm going to put it here, whenever he cuts the hair of his head, he used to cut his hair once a year because it became too heavy for him. He would weigh it, and it weight was 200 shekels by the royal standard. So what I see in that is, first, that is a regimen. Only cutting your hair once a year. That's what I tend to do. Or I cut it when necessary. If I'm flat ironing it more and more, I'll cut it more than once. But if you're not putting heat on it that much, I would do once for me. I mean, I would have to consult, see my client, and see if it's the same for them. But your natural wellness rejuvenates love. And like I said, if you're having heat stress, you need to cut it more. But cutting your hair once a year, it says it became too heavy for him. Now, that may have been in weight, his hair being heavy. But think about your hair again is your wellness. So it's a vitality. So if your hair is being cut and it became too heavy for him, what are you experiencing that time in your life? Are you going through traumatic events? Did you go through a transition? Are you now in a place where you want a new you? I'm brand new. Like, yeah, it's okay. Any of those parts, but became too heavy for him. I know you see that woman, like a woman that cuts her hair. I forget what it says. I'm gonna find that quote and put it here. When a woman cuts her hair, you know she's in some change or something like that. But stress lets go and you release and restore blessings. So it's like a signal to your life that, hey, I'm ready for new. That's what I take that as, period. And let's go to the next. All right. So Ezekiel says, Ezekiel 44:20, they must not shave their head or let their hair grow long, but they are to keep the heads of their hair trimmed. So that's, again, maintenance. So for that lady that likes it a bob, medium, okay, you do you. I like my hair to grow as long as I want, because I've been through my own spaces and I like hair. I mean, I like doing hair, so it's my thing, but it may not be for everybody. And then it says, Luke 12:17, it says, indeed, the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Don't be afraid. You are worth more than sparrows. So when I saw that, that instantly showed me, for the people that are experiencing the thing that I was talking about, like falling in clumps and things, your hair, yes, it may be a trauma experience for you. And I'm really, truly, I feel for you. I mean, I've experienced things like that as well. And I want you to know that you are beautiful with or without hair. You are actually a walking testimony right now. And you are enduring some of the hardest times that you've gone through physically on your body. And for that, you are a warrior. You are a testimony. And don't ever let something like, I wish somebody would tell me this thing, because I was crying, I was bawling, and I get it. I was like really sad because I love hair. It's a restoration time. It's a season of change, and you are given the opportunity and ability to look at life in a different perspective that many others have not experienced. So when you walk through and you figure out through this journey how to solve that issue, you are literally a warrior that has conquered some hard trials. And I applaud you for that, because that is real. And I don't care what nobody says, especially when you're a person that don't even tell nobody nothing. That's the one for me. Like, I'm very private. I'm as private as I can get. I don't like people in my business. So I truly understand if you're going through something like that, and then everybody's just like, but the coolest part is you can wear things like this on your head. You can get your medical wigs at the moment. You can learn an alternative healing pathway in your journey. You literally can seek back into the word to get through your trials, because that right there, oh my goodness, that is a real game changer when going through times like that. Like, that's the only thing that saved me in my situations, period. I'm not gonna go too far because we're already in the scripture part, but I wanted to go now to Luke 21:18. It says, but not a hair of your head will perish. So perish, the definition perish is to suffer death, violent and untimely. So yes, that is not something you probably woke up to your issues that you're going through right now, and it just changed a lot of magnitudes in your life. So I'm not trying to discredit in no way, shape, or form. I've been through a lot of trials, and my trial is not your trial, and I do not want to compare. There is no comparison right here. I am here just trying to give you a message and tell you, like, you are not to suffer in an untimely violent, like, your story that you're going through. I want you to document it. I want you to rewrite and reprogram on why you're going to heal. And I don't want you to sit in suffering during your process. If your hair is falling out in clumps, it's getting brittle, it's deterring it away. We need you to live. That's the first thing. You need to live. You need to get through whatever you're getting through right now. You can restore. Hair is a journey, and that's a cycle series that can be set and recomplete. It is not an end all be all. We have to use our words for upliftment and power, and I need you to do that too with this process. And I could keep talking to you about that, but remember, you are a warrior. Okay, you are a testimony. You're a walking testimony. I need you to remember that. And you can heal on this journey, unsurmountable healing, if you are okay with that in your process. And I am not a doctor. I want everybody to know that. I am a health educator and a natural hairstylist. So you should definitely still get your medical assistance in different processes that you're going through, as I definitely needed different medical attention in my process. So I am not neglecting that piece and portion. Again, wellness is dimensions. It's not a alone thing. So number 6.5 talks about those that love their hair to just not cut it at all. And I think that's really cool too. I think it's pieces to it. If it's not being healthy, I want to let it go. But there are pieces where if you are living a specific lifestyle, it should never get unhealthy. Do you get what I'm saying? And everybody goes through different processes and life journeys. Numbers 6.5 says, during the entire period of the Nazarite vow, no razor may be used on their head. They must be holy until the period of their dedication to the Lord is over. They must let their hair grow long. So there may be points in your life where you're like, you know what? I'm not cutting it. And I need you to keep that same energy, because if you're not cutting it, that means you're living up to the optimal to not need to cut it. That means you out here putting your scarf on your head, you out here deep conditioning, doing your regimen, drinking your water, you're not putting that much heat. So I'm gonna need us all to do our best with that piece if we could. But if not, it's okay. The Nazarite vow was a vow basically to Yahweh, meaning God saying you're building a relationship, and that included separating from your kin people. And I understand that fully because I'm going through that journey right now, and it is a process. Yes, that's what I'm gonna say. It's a process. And it's a not forever process though. So you're gonna go through periods where you separate yourself from those that you love. And that does not mean a bye forever. That just means I need time to build my relationship with God, Creator, and Christ. And that is beautiful, to be honest, because that means you're gonna come back a fuller person to be able to pour into the cups of the others that you love. And I love that for us. I love that for me. I'm enjoying it. I be crying sometimes being alone. I like talking. I am a yapper. I like to talk. I like to be out there enjoying, but you have to learn to separate and renew your mind and not be conformed to this world, but transform to the renewing of your mind. So sometimes you have to detach from certain things to keep yourself in a place of greatness, the actual greatness, so you can think and feel better like you are supposed to in your journey. Yep, I could talk on that for days. So let's talk about when your hair is graying. Let's talk about gray hair, and I just wanted to bring that up. I love gray hair. I used to do my granny's hair all the time, and I like my elders' hairs too. It's really nice to get to talk to them, to be honest. But even when we're younger and our hair is graying, and yeah, 30 plus is not old, so we young still. But Proverbs. Oh, I didn't put the. I gotta tell you up here. Proverbs blankety blank says, "Gray hair is a crown of splendor. It is attained in the way of righteousness." So, splendor means of magnificence. And so that is something to be embraced, okay? When your hair is graying, I mean, I have clients sometimes that like, I need it to die right now. First, I don't want to dye your hair, I want to color it. So I don't mind coloring with like Ayurvedics, I prefer. If you're somebody flat iron a lot, it's not the best per se all the time. You need to do other things. But literally, like, embrace your hair. You are bomb. I love gray hair. I don't think anything's wrong with it. It shows that you're wise, period. That's how I feel about it. You are wise, so therefore my hair is changing to show my wiseness. I've been through some things, so therefore gray. Yes, gray. I love it. And I think it is so pretty when it's like, well, handsome, beautiful, whatever you are, because it shows that you are becoming more advanced in life. That's what I'll say. I don't know. So how to explain it? And it shows, like, especially with silver and salt pepperish. Like, I love gray. Ladies, let's stop undoing our grays. You are bomb. But this is the last one that I want to talk about, and it's 1 Peter 3:3. Your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles and wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. So let's back it up. God did not say in here that you can't look cute and you cannot not wear your jewelry. He said your beauty should not come from that. So basically, that is this piece that I love to talk about: self-love and self-care. Your beauty has to come from within you first. Yes, you can look bomb, but if you have a nasty attitude, is your beauty bomb, or is it just your face? I don't know. You can look cute. I'm not saying that. But if you are not, you can look gorgeous. Look amazing. I think it's amazing. I love dressing up. Like, I have clothes for days, literally. But you need to be beautiful from within, period. Like, you cannot be out here with a stank attitude and think you're pretty too and people want to be around, because that does not warrant beauty. Beauty is from within, period. I don't care what anybody tells you. Beauty is how you love yourself. Beauty is how you conduct yourself. Beauty is how you treat others. That's the main thing, because you do unto others how you want them to do unto you. So if you want to have that stink attitude, no, they're going to have a stink attitude with you too. And it just goes back and forth. And sometimes your inner beauty is something that can make others feel uncomfortable, but that's your inner beauty. And normally you're going to attract more people that appreciate your inner beauty. So regardless if you're beauty from within or beauty from without, I want you to treat yourself with love and then exude that out to others, and that will literally adorn and make your hair just beam. And I know it does, because it's a practice, it's a lifestyle. Growing hair is a lifestyle, it's not a one thing. So I want you to keep all these in mind. There are a plethora of other pieces that you can talk about in verses to contribute to hair growth, but these are some main ones. I didn't say all of them today. We're going to do another And I want you to stay connected. If you want to work with me to be able to get your hair up to the optimal prime and feel great within, and get assistance to get yourself into balance in your hair growth journey, your hair restoration, your hair optimizing to its most vital form, I want you to click and look below and see all the information that I offer and I can offer to you, because there's a plethora of things that I can instill into your wellness habits that can make your hair just thrive and grow and glow. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Do not forget to subscribe and click that bell symbol down there. I want you to keep up with this information. All right, you have a great day. Bye.